I feel like that's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna be fire. That's gonna be a good little vibe setter right there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man, I feel
Hey,
like once we introduce people, like you know, serve it to them like a chef. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Tell them how you cooked it up. What's the inspiration behind it? And I feel like that's what's gonna make this shit just, like I said, like, you know what I'm saying? People feel more what the fuck you doing. Cause I like it.
Yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
love it. Me.
Hey, you close that door, yeah. I appreciate that, bro.
All
I
right.
appreciate that.
All right, man. Move this right here. Oh.
All right,
Oh.
Vlad TV. Next thing you know, by
Ah.
next year, you gonna have about 20 of these, boy.
Ah. What?
You go on a run of doing all niggas just doing interviews. Boy, you gonna get it, boy.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah, you gonna get it, cuz.
D
All for the unknown
H
artist. The
E.
one and only, baby.
DHE.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah!
sir. Boy, you hyping me up too much. Hold up now.
Fresh off
Dog.
of work, so I appreciate your time, my brother. You know
Hey,
what I'm
brother.
saying?
Hey, man. I'm here to help, brother. I'm here to help the creators, bro. We all trying to move in the same direction. You feel me? And we all from the bottom, so we got to help each other up. You feel me?
I feel that, bro.
Yes,
I feel
sir.
that, man. Like, so without wasting too, well, start off. How was your day, bro? Like, how was work and everything else like that? Before we get
Long,
into
fam.
everything.
Long, fam. It was super long. I was falling asleep on the job. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I was, But we made it through.
Right.
Came home, knew what I had to come get ready for, so showered, got straight to it, you know. Got my face looking nice over there.
Yeah.
Put some oil on my lips, and my wife be saying my lips chapped, so I made sure I put some, you know, make sure I'm straight. But we good, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man.
Good.
Look. Let's start from the beginning, right?
Okay.
Okay. I'm saying, like, tell us your earliest memory growing up, like, or like, I'm sorry, where are you from?
So originally, I was born in Florida, right? But my family, my mom and them is from Honduras. So when I was probably 6 months old, she took me back over there, and I lived in Honduras for about 12 years, and moved up to Boston first. Lived in Boston for 2 years, and then moved over here when I was 15, and been in Louisiana ever since. I'm 30 now, so that's 15 years in Louisiana.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. So, like, you remember the moves and stuff like that?
Well, no, not when I was 3 months. You know what I'm saying? I was a baby then, but like the move from Honduras to Boston for sure, and from Boston to here for sure. That was it was a long time ago, but it's vivid. It's vivid because I remember having a conversation with my mom, or like not my mom, my aunt, and them telling me like it's best for you to come up here for education wise, because Honduras, I don't know if you know, it's a third world country, so it's like their education level, although they teach you a lot more than they do up here, as far as like worldwide, but you can only get so far over there, you know what I'm saying? And over here the opportunities were a lot more. So we had that conversation, and it was like, you should, and I came up, and I'm in here now.
So how dog? Like, hold on, you got a dog. One, everybody from who's looking at this gonna be like, wait, you Honduran?
Yeah, boy. Hey,
you black?
Hey, got a lot of us over there, dog. Hey, but on the real, like whenever I start speaking Spanish, because they don't think, they be like, because you know I'm black, like you say,
right?
They see me speaking Spanish, like, especially Spanish people. But see, that's why I don't like telling Spanish people I speak Spanish, because it's my secret. But I'm gonna share it now. It's out. Look, because I want to get in rooms, or like maybe walk in the gas station or a restaurant, wherever, and not let them know I speak Spanish, just in case they talk about me. And then you talk about me, now I'm gonna be like, hey, you know I speak Spanish, right? And be like, don't disrespect people like that, bro. Don't assume, because the brother black, you gonna just assume, oh, he just black, or he just this. Man, you don't know, bro.
Yeah.
You don't know, but black people, we all over, dog. We everywhere, dog. We speak French, we speak Spanish. Chill out, dog. Respect. Don't assume just because someone is black, you know what I'm saying?
How is Hunt, like, you've been back to Honduras? Like,
yeah, matter of fact, we went in March. We went back that was my first time since 2012 since I've been back. And my wife been wanting me to go back. Well, my uncle really been wanting me to go back really bad, just to see the progress. It has developed a lot. more from whenever I left, which was very exciting and encouraging for me to want to go back again. I told my wife we got to make it like a routine to go over there because I feel like every time, I feel like this trip when I went over there, when I'm in America, when I'm here, I feel like I'm constantly working, either at my job or doing this music, and it's just a constant work. When I went over there, it felt like a relief, like everything just slowed down, and I was able to just relax, take in deep breaths, and catch up with myself. You know what I'm saying? It's like almost like I got a chance to recharge, and I've been missing out on that. But it was definitely a beautiful uh experience, or like reintroduction to a country that I've so long neglected. Because I was like, man, why am I go back over there? I don't feel the need to go back over there. Or my my mom already lives up here. Like no one that I really am that close to lives over there. So why would I go back? But I was talking ignorantly, and I was talking, and once I went back and experienced it again, I was like, yeah, I've been missing out. Beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful.
A lot more black people than what we would think.
Yes, they have like an African culture down there, like an actual African culture down there, but they're called the Garifunas, and they have their own dialect and whatever. So there's a lot of black people, but no one really assumes. And then they have like what they call islanders, or many people know them as Caribbeans, and they speak English, but it's more like what we call it a broken English, which is patois. Some people like just to relate it might be like Jamaican kind of, but not as intense because Jamaican's accent is stronger than ours. Yeah, stronger than ours. Strong. But it's basically that they have, and that's where my family originates. We come from the islands. That's why when I moved up here, I was kind of familiar with English, and because I was kind of familiar with English because I spoke it a lot, and but it was just a different English. I just had to adapt to using my American accent instead of my Caribbean accent. But that comes with adjusting, and
So hold on. So you have a Caribbean accent. So like, hold on. So when you around your people, you.
Oh yeah, we talk like this. We just talk like this all day. We no confusion. We don't have to pretend around each other. We just go on like this, and yeah, bro.
No, we just go on like this. We just go on like this. I'm like, what do you mean just go on like? What the fuck is like this?
But me and my brother just spin it. Not even just me and my brother. Anybody in my family. We ain't talking this act with this accent. We talking regular, like we just grow, like we just wake up, we went upstairs and we just talking, drinking over some semita and some coffee and just chilling. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no, I gotta put this so y'all can understand. No, he know exactly what I'm saying when I'm saying it.
So you have to really think before you speak a lot of times, or it's just it's natural.
Yeah, it's natural now. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for so long, it's natural. Like so, I know automatically.
Let me ask you this. How was the move from Honduras, like I'm saying, like it's Honduras, but like growing up in Boston? Talk to us about that, like, because think about it, you look like a black man and you're in Boston. You know what I'm saying?
But excuse me, they got a bunch of us in Boston too. The thing about Boston is a huge melting pot. Really, the East Coast they have a bunch of different cultures in those small places, and so you pick up. They have Haitians, they got all the different types of Caribbeans like in that island. So it's like you don't really stand out that much unless you go to like I can't remember because it's been a minute, to like the white parts. Then obviously you're gonna stand out. But like in where I was at, everybody from different cultures. Everybody got different. So the move was kind of rough at first. Because like I said, although I knew how to speak English, or I knew words like my English, I had to adjust quick to that American English, because like the school I went to was all like American blacks. You know what I'm saying? And they had, like I said, they had different Caribbeans and stuff, but it was predominantly American blacks. So for me to socialize and to interact with everybody, I have to be able to speak this way because they don't understand my lingo. And funny story, I remember being in the lunchroom, and they asked me, the principal came out, and he was like, I guess we was having like what it was like the first week of school, and he just came out to just talk to everybody and to welcome us to school or whatever. And I remember saying, "Is that the director?" And everybody, exactly what you did. They did. They laughed, and I'm like, "Why y'all laughing?" And they was like, "Nigga, there ain't no director. There's a principal." And I was like, "Principal?" Because in Honduras, the principal is the director, and it was like a director in America is the movie director. And I was just like, well, I ain't gonna say that again. I felt played, but I mean, hey, that's part of it. So that came with the time and learning to adjust and staying quiet more often than not, just to listen and understand the lingo that everybody's using, rather than talking first and not even really knowing what I'm saying.
Did you become like more quiet, or like is it after that, or?
Well, I was always quiet. I was always quiet because, like I said, I kept quiet because I wasn't understanding the culture. So I'm trying to learn the culture. So instead of me just jumping in, I'm gonna just stay quiet. But because I think I did middle school, which was 7th and 8th grade. So seventh grade was kind of like the adjustment period because I had just came up to America like July, and they start school like
right in August, September.
No, I think we down here starts in August, but they start in September or something. They start whatever time it started, but it was a quick turnaround that I had to like learn how to do this, and I don't have friends at this time, so I'm in the house all day, every day, just in the house because I don't have. There's nobody for me to chill with, and then my uncle, he had bought me some video games, so I was playing that, but I was inside the house, so I'm not really learning the lingos and understanding how they speak till I get through. Oh man, you going to middle school? Here you go figure it out. And now I got to walk to school. Never did that before because in Honduras the bus picked us up. Had to walk to school in the snow, bro. Because Boston, crazy.
How was that? Talk about that.
Oh, crazy, dog. That was coming from 90 degrees year round. 80, 90, whatever, but it's not like a hot. It's like a cool hot.
Right.
If that makes sense. To like coming to Boston, and summertime is summertime. But when wintertime, fall come, man, that ain't no joke, bro. That ain't no joke. I remember stepping off the plane. I guess I didn't come in July because I remember stepping off the plane and just that cold breeze. As soon as the attendant opened the door, that cold breeze just slapped me in my face, and I was like, "Oh my, what is this? Never have I ever experienced the cold like that before." But so the adjustment period came. I got a bunch of jackets and whatever, and try to stay warm. That's probably why I was inside the house now that I think about it, because it's too cold to be outside. Man, I ain't trying to hang out with you. It's cold, man. Shucks.
All right. You're talking about the adjustment period, right?
Yeah.
You're coming from Honduras at 15.
No, I'm
sorry.
12.
At 12, I'm sorry. And when was the first time someone called you a nigga? Let's talk about that.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't remember.
No,
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was early, but I can't think of like the first time someone called me a nigga.
Did you recognize it? Did you catch it? It was like, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, if like I said, I don't recall, but like if I had to think about it, I probably was used to it because since I'm being quiet at that time, I'm realizing that everybody else is calling each other that, but in a term of endearment, not like you know what I'm saying. So all the black dudes and even the black girl, man, shut up, nigga, that type of stuff. So it's like, oh, I guess this is normal thing. You know what I'm saying? It's normal. We call each other this, and so it's like whenever they probably called me that, I probably felt like, oh, I'm part of the group kind of thing. Maybe I don't recall, but maybe that's what I felt because I don't remember feeling offended, and I don't remember feeling offended.
Did you ever have that awkward moment where, like, I guess, you know, you probably was around some white friends and, you know what I'm saying, and you probably said it to them and they probably said it back or something like that?
Nah.
It was never that awkward stage. You always knew this is a black people thing.
Well, no, it didn't happen then. Like I said, then my middle school was predominantly black. So, like, we didn't really have no white kids. And if we did, they were
poor.
Not poor, but you know better not to say that in front of a bunch of black people.
Okay, and they understood the culture.
Yeah, you got, bro. This is another culture shock. Now in Honduras, gangs is big.
Mm.
The neighborhood I grew up in, huge with gang, like, you know what I'm saying? But that gang, that specific gang that we had in our neighborhood, they sort of kind of like protected the neighborhood. But at the same time, if you stepped out of line, they did what they did. When I moved up to America, right? The predominant the big gang in that area was, I think, was the Crips. And I was
in Honduras?
No. In
Boston?
In Boston.
Wow, I didn't know they had Crips in Boston.
Crips, Bloods, Latin Kings, they got them all. I experienced my first, though this is middle school, bro. This is middle school. Kids repping they color, Bloods and Crips. But like I said, my school was predominantly Crips, but then they had a middle school down the streets. I forgot what it's called. I think they was Bloods or whatever. And I remember taking the back route with one of my boys, but I only had one, not one of them. I only had one with my boy. We was walking home or whatever, and all of a sudden, I have no clue to this. A rush of kids come running from behind me, or like from my area, and then the other group of kids rushing. And dog, I remember seeing them boys just running, colliding into each other, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that was the first like real like in America introduction to gangs, and so young. And I was like, dang. I remember seeing a dude. I don't know where he got the computer from, but it was like one of those big old school computers that you had in the computer class in high school, like the big ones with the big back out,
with the booty on that.
With bitch. The booty. That dude said. That dude said, yeah. And the computer, fam, in the streets, bro. I'm talking about, it gotta be like 15 on 15 or 20 on 20, bro. I'm like, what? This is crazy. I'm scary, so I ran home. I ain't playing with that. I ain't got no time for this. No, man, because it's real, bro. It's real.
I'm from Honduras.
Hey, man. And I've seen some stuff. I've seen some stuff in Honduras. I've seen some stuff, but like that kind of like shocked me, because I've seen some stuff, but I've never seen stuff with kids that young. Bro, we're all like 12, 11, and them dudes repping that gang stuff. Like, they repping it like, you know what I'm saying? But thank God, yeah.
Okay, so what prompted your people to move from Boston to Louisiana?
My aunt that raised me, when we was in Boston, we was living with my aunt and her brother, which is my uncle, right? But my aunt and her husband, which is worked offshore, he worked in Louisiana. I think he had just got promoted or something, and he was starting to make more money. Or he was already making good money though, but like I guess he made a little bit more money to support an entire family. And then we ended up just moving out here just because we all could be closer. Because he would work here and then he would travel to go see her in Boston for like 2 weeks and have to come back. So he was like, let's just move down here and be a family or whatever. So that's what it was. My uncle got a better job and we just like let's do it.
Before we move on, let me ask you this: your whole family like dark skinned, or it's like, I'm pretty sure it's a mix of light skinned people in your family? Because like, you know what I'm saying, like you like,
yeah, I mean,
because I'm pretty sure that y'all didn't mix with, you know what I'm saying, like
lighter, like
because my Honduran partner, shout out to El Sus, you know what I'm saying, but him and his whole family, they Honduran. They live in the boot round black. They cool people. You know what I'm saying? Like they, they good.
Yeah.
But they like, you know what I'm saying? They look more of the Hispanic descent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, when I first met you, I if anything, I thought you were probably Caribbean.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right,
if anything, you know what I'm saying? But like, so, like, are there other lighter people in your family, or everybody just seems to stay around the same tone? Because
we for the most part do stay around the same tone.
Is it a colorism thing in Honduras? Or?
There's definitely a huge colorism thing. Definitely a huge thing. But as generations evolve, it's like maybe like your grandpa or your grandma might have not wanted it, but then your mom was cool with it, and then now you, as your age, now you're like, yeah, man, I don't care. It doesn't matter what, as long as I love you type of stuff. So,
right.
but so like my lightest cousin is she light, but she ain't that light. But that's because my uncle,
Yeah.
not this uncle, my other uncle, he met a Hispanic, like really white lady and had a baby, and that's how that came about. But like my blood cousins, most of us are this color or like a little bit lighter.
Okay.
But it's not like a crazy different in range, like really, really light to like really, really dark.
And also, before we get back, did you experience that same like racism or colorism in Boston, or either or both?
In Boston, crazy thing, no. And it's crazy because Boston is known for being racist. Yeah, known for being racist. But like I wasn't in those areas to experience it, I guess. So like I was around mostly black people. And they had, because Boston also has like a huge Hispanic culture. So like we would go to like all the Hispanic events and whatever, and like Hispanic people know that, dark skin, like it don't matter. Like we know, like, you know what I'm saying? But we would go to a lot of Hispanic culture, but like really going to like white, for lack of a better term, white sports or white areas, it wasn't really a thing.
Okay.
Not and if it did happen, I didn't hear it. I was just honestly just happy to be in America.
So getting back to it, right? We done made the move from Honduras.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The mean streets of Honduras to the wild streets of Boston.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, this is completely different.
Yeah.
You're going to Louisiana.
Yeah.
Mosquito City.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Great food.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All throughout. Great gas station food.
Yes.
All throughout.
Hey man, look, I ain't gonna lie. And I was sleep on gas station food. I was sleep on Brother's Chicken, dog.
Oh, don't do that.
Dog, I was sleep. Dog,
let me turn this camera off.
No, don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Look. I was sleep on Brother's Chicken, bro. Oh, my bad. I was sleep on Brother's Chicken, boy, but I be stopping all the time now, boy. That chicken be hitting, boy.
Yeah, especially fresh, you know what I'm saying? But like, hey, so like that move, like what are your earliest memories of Louisiana? When, you know what I'm saying? Like, talk to us about that.
Earliest memories of Louisiana was probably making friends, trying to make friends. Because whenever we moved down here, I'm very shy. I'm shy. I'm very introverted and shy at first, but then once we become cool, or once you get to know me, then I'm too much because I'm too loud. But like it's hard for me to like start conversations. So like that one of my first memories is really like just trying to like make friends in my neighborhood. And I remember these guys was outside. They would play basketball like pretty much every day. Was these two white kids and this black dude. And we ended up being pretty cool. Shout out Nate if he sees this. I don't know.
Shout out Nate.
Yeah. I remember I would always go outside, peek around the corner they was playing, and then hide. Man, I swear I was scared. I was so shy. I would look and then hide. I was like, oh man. No. And then one day, I guess he saw me. Nate saw me, and he was like, "Hey man, come on, come play. Why are you doing that? Just come play." And I went out and play. I went out and play, and then we just, we played. But that's like one of the freshest, like most like memories that I could think of. Like when I first came down here, was just trying to make friends and adjusting to this heat. Because like I said, the thing was I was in Honduras and it was hot, but it was a cool hot because we lived close to the beach, so you know that you get that sea breeze. But like I go to Boston, now it's super cold, and I come over here and it's hot, but it's humid. It's like a different. Then these mosquitoes is disrespectful. They have no kind of respect for you, boy. I was like, it's just bzz, bzz, Well, you know what I mean? You adjust, dog. You adjust to everything, bro. But that's one of my.
And what you finished middle school
over there
in Louisiana, or
no, in Boston.
Finished middle school. So you came to high school.
I came to high school over here. Wow. I sat out for a year because some documentation wasn't proper or whatever. So I sat out for a year. Thank God I was able to. That's why I graduated at 20, I think, or like a year later than I was supposed to because I sat out for a whole year. But then, I went to started freshman year at Holmdel High School.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, and how was that? How was that experience?
Different, because going from middle school to high school, especially as the new kid, it's kind of awkward. I'm already kind of like I say, introverted and awkward at first, but it's kind of awkward because a lot of the friendships in them high schools, if you're a freshman, are already made.
Right.
Because you boys grew up in middle school, y'all been playing pee-wee football and basketball, so now here comes the me into a dynamic where it's like y'all, it's already created. So now it's hard to make my way into that, and I'm already kind of like introverted or reserved at first, that it's hard for me to go out and try to, which is something I've always tried to like work on, because it's definitely a not a good trait that I have, that I just sit back and just allow to be comfortable, even though I know or I feel like I should go and try to make friends or try to talk to people just to be more social. But it was kind of awkward, like I said, because everybody already has their friends, everybody already cool, everybody already doing what they doing, and you just, I'm just I'm just at lunch when everybody going to the group. I remember, I think that was freshman year. I remember, in the lunchroom, the first table, like when you walk into the lunchroom, the first table was for like the kids that are challenged.
Special needs.
Special need kids. And I didn't know.
You sat at the table? When they kicked you out? You got kicked out! No, I get kicked out. They looked at you. No, I don't know. No, you got kicked out the special needs table.
No, I didn't. No, I'm saying.
You said that it was like, even the teacher like,
because I'm sitting, I'm eating, and I'm realizing that the kids at the table are kind of like
slobbing.
Don't do it. I'm just like, so I'm like,
yes. I understand.
I remember, like, I think finishing my lunch or not finish, I don't know, and then just got up, and because I was like, because when you're young and you're trying to figure out who you are. Well, when you're trying to figure out who you are, you're not as confident in who you are, because you don't know who you are yet. So now in my mind at that time, I'm worried. I haven't made no friends yet, and I haven't made no people, and people bully down here. Well, they bullied in Boston too, but like people like they try to like intimidate you or whatever. So my mind was like, man, I ain't about to sit here so people could start talking about me. So I'm like self-conscious of that. Now as a grown up, now that I'm mature, now that I'm like sure of self, I don't really care. It don't affect me no way. Like how you think or feel about me, as long as you don't touch me, we cool.
Right.
I don't care how you feel. Hey man, hey man, whatever, don't touch me. You know what I'm saying? So I remember getting up from the table, but it was more of like I'm embarrassed to sit here because I don't want nobody to think that I'm that. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's part of it, though. That's, you try to fit in, now especially being a new kid.
We're in high school, right?
Yeah.
Everyone tries things. They do, a lot of different things, right?
Yeah.
What did you try in high school? Like, did you play sports?
I did soccer.
I
did soccer. And I remember it being a big deal because I was Honduran. And there was like, you're automatically assumed, if you're Hispanic,
you great at soccer.
Yeah.
Or baseball.
Yeah. So off the rip, like I remember just like going to tryouts and then they being like, where you from? Because I did it freshman year. Oh, Honduras. Oh yeah, you on the team. You're on the team. And I proved myself to be worthy of the hype or whatever, but it was just that was dope. And then that's when I started making relationships. I wouldn't say friends, but relationships, to where it was like, okay, at least now at lunch, if I see you, I could come sit at your table or we can, chit chat, and I'm not as lonely anymore.
Right.
So that was cool. I also was in choir. Yeah, I sang a little bit.
Is that where the music bug came from, or
no? The music bug, I think this. So I always sang in church. That's where it started. Like most
Honduran
black folks
church, or
in Honduras, yeah.
and Boston, and then
Excuse me, and in Boston, yeah. Because in Boston we sang in the choir as well. But in Honduras, yeah, my aunt would make me do like solos in church and whatnot, and that's where singing really started for me in church. And then fast forward, I come to America, and I don't take it serious or nothing. I don't think they tell me I can sing, but I don't take it serious. And I don't practice and rehearse and keep at my craft. Anyway, I'm in high school and I'm doing choir, and the choir director, I forget his name. It was the white man with the blonde hair that wore glasses. I forgot his name. He was very encouraging and very like man, you're good. You should keep trying at this, and you should keep, what I'm saying. But man, when you're young, you just rebel. You don't want to listen. Plus, choir wasn't cool or whatever. So, and when you're in high school and you're trying to be cool to get the girls. That's it. That's it. That's the only reason we still do it to this day. But I'm married, so I don't do it no more. But you do it to the point where everything is to impress a young lady or whatever. So, but yeah, that's not where it started though. It started in Honduras.
Honduras. Oh,
Yeah, in church.
Okay, so like, would you like the Michael Jackson, the sing my
No, I was shy, bro. I was shy. I've always been a shy dude. I did. My aunt would. I don't know how or why she thought, let me make him sing a solo. I don't know where that came from.
Was she the choir director or something?
She, for the adults, maybe. No, I don't think she was. Well, I think she was in the choir. I don't know, but like I know I had to do a solo, and I would do it, but I would do it with the track though. Like I remember I was saying, "I Believe I Can Fly"
by R. Kelly. Come on, give us a.
Ain't no way, boy. I've been screaming all night. I ain't about to.
You were saying that at church?
Yeah, bro. Bro. We was singing "I Believe" because I don't know why she thought. I don't know why they thought that. I don't know why they thought. But I mean, it was kind of like that song was kind of like from his bounce back when he had like a really rough patch, and he went back to God and prayed, and I guess he wrote that. Oh no, that was from Space Jam. I'm tripping. I ain't know. That was from Space Jam. Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know why.
Y'all niggas for real though.
I don't know why.
You know niggas will take anything and make it a song. I'm telling you, y'all niggas for real though. So y'all was in Honduras singing. I believe it. How the fuck? Because y'all singing in a different dialect.
No, it's English. It's English, bro. It's English.
So when you singing, it sounds the same. You're trying to sound the same as the artist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you're just trying to imitate it.
So hold on. Where does the name DHE come up at?
Oh, that's a great story. And
who is DHE? Is it a doppelganger? Is it?
DHE is an acronym. If that's the right word, it's an acronym. Yes. So it stands for, even though it stands for the happiest ever. So the D is supposed to represent THE, which the happiest ever. And it came about where I was like, I feel like as an artist, that's when I'm the happiest. When I'm creating music, when I'm seeing people react to my music, connect to my music, or enjoy my music, that's when I'm the happiest. So I wanted to be like, I wanted that to be a representation in my brand, which is the happiest ever, meaning whenever you're doing something that you love or you're passionate about, or you feel like you're in your purpose, that's when you're the happiest. Because that's when I'm the happiest. When I'm doing music, and like I'm saying, when I'm being able to share my gift, that's when I'm the happiest. So I made that into the name. And it started off as the Brian. So it was the happiest Brian. So it was DHE Brian, my name. Then I was like, that's too long and it's weird. And then DHE, I was like, that's weird. But then I was like I remember, I think my ex told me, or somebody had told me, everything is weird at first until you make it something. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like DHE might sound weird to like, it's like, what does that even mean? But once my name, because now I walk in at work, or I walk at I ain't gonna say random places, but I walk into places that people might know me, or people might have seen me on Facebook, because that's where they'd be like, "What's up, DHE?" So it's not weird anymore. You know what I'm saying? But when I first came up with it, it was like DHE, and then I explained to them what it meant. It was like, that's weird. But then somebody told me everything is weird at first until you make it something. Nike is weird. What does Nike even mean? But now that it's worth what it's worth, everybody knows what Nike means, or Adidas, or like Fubu. I mean, obviously for us, by us, but I'm just saying it's weird at first.
Right.
Everything is weird at first until you make it something.
Right. But Fubu still was an acronym, just like DHE.
Right. Right.
Wow.
I think Adidas is also an acronym. I don't know what it is, but I think it's also an acronym.
Oh, did I dream about stacks?
Nah, it's not that. It's not that.
But at the same time, the happiest ever, like, is a reflection of your music. Like you make, like, because think about it. When you say, as soon as you say happy in your name, and then you say ever, the first thing that's probably will come to a lot of people's mind is a Pharrell song, because I'm happy.
Yeah.
So like I don't, like I said. So like, what kind of music do you make, bro?
So I feel like the happiest ever is specific to when I'm creating. Now, I also believe that as a human, we have ranges of emotions, right? So I'm not always happy, but but sometimes I'm sad, sometimes I'm depressed. Sucks. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm okay. It's a range, but just like the overall idea of living in your purpose is what I feel is makes you or myself, or in general, a happy individual, or an excited. Because whenever you're excited to wake up to like go and do something you love, like how whenever you call me to do this podcast, and how hyped you was and how excited you was, because this is something you like, you see yourself doing, you see yourself becoming successful at, you see yourself putting your all into it. You're happy because I can hear it in your voice. It's like, man, let's figure, let. And it's like, it's that like purpose. It's like you wake up and you're like, how can I get better at this? Right. So that's when you're the happiest. I'm not saying that overall in all my life I'm gonna be happy, and I'm also not saying that all of my songs are gonna be happy, because I'm still Brian Stewart. I'm still an individual with different emotions. But just the idea of like, I'm living in my purpose and I'm doing what I feel I'm called to do, or what I have a gift at doing, it's what makes it happy. You know what I'm saying? It's why I'm the happiest ever. Right. Yeah. Not always, but just the happiest ever. Well, that's the same, but yeah.
But it's like, so it's kind of like you just giving off a mindset to people when you like
mindset.
Like I said, you listen to my music. Oh, I was about to say, I ain't gonna, I had something funny to say. I'm like, why you don't call yourself the range of emotions?
What? That's wild.
If you ever start a group, when you get famous and you get rich and famous, and you start a group, call them the range of emotions. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna sing about everything. Maybe we're gonna be happy, we're gonna be mad, all kind of songs, man.
That's wild, boy.
You know what I'm saying? But oh man, that's crazy. So like, all right, so, and like, I know there were times that you want to quit, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so for all the young like creators out there, like, especially like talking to me also, like, talk to us about those times and periods that you want to quit, because you have music, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know what I'm saying? You talking about, man, this is for the times I wanted to quit, and look, you can see it in your video, like, oh, this young man is motivated for this shit. Like, nah, I wanted to quit, and it's motivated me. Talk about those times, bro, and talk about how you were able to channel that into motivation,
bro. I feel like whenever you're an artist, or let's just be more broad, a creator, which means you creating writing or singing or podcasting, anything, you're creating anything out of thin air. You always start off excited because, like I said, you feel like you're doing something that you like, you love, and you enjoy. But as time goes by and you don't see the results that you expect to see, you start to beat on yourself a little bit. You start to get sad. You start to get in your head a lot. That's that.
There you go.
That
talk to us. We here, bro.
Bro, that comes with, like, as a creator, we live for, whether we like it or not, validation. Because if no one sees your work, you're going to feel the type of way about it. I feel like as a creator, we put stuff out so that people can tell us, hey man, good job, or at least I'm listening, or you look for that validation. Whenever you don't receive that validation or that like keep going or that encouragement, it gets very sad and very depressing. And people do say, man, you have to have that self-motivation. You do, but like I said earlier, we're humans. And humans, like they say, you live off of that interaction with people, either with a loved one, with you need that back and forth. And whenever you're giving your 100% to something that you believe is for you and you don't get nothing in return, that could be hard. Especially when you put in the years and the time, it gets hard, especially when you get distracted, because that's what makes it even harder. You get distracted by looking, man, this dude, I started before him. This girl, that's when everything starts to be like, man, dang, well, I've been doing this for so long and I'm not even getting, because it's tough, bro. It's tough, but then you have to, like, my wife told me, I actually made a song about that whole like thing, because last month, it's a true story. Last month, I was contemplating quitting, and no one would have ever known, because I had so much content already stored in my phone to post. I'm posting a video every day or a post every day, so you think, oh man, this dude out here, but that's already content I've created for those days. So if I didn't have those days, I probably wouldn't have nothing, because I was so in the hole, in the slump. And my wife told me, don't quit, just take a break. And then another friend of mine, another partner that I'm cool with, you might know, TJ, well, I don't know if you know TJ White.
I probably gotta see him.
Yeah. Anyway, he called me up randomly on one day, and I told him what I was. He was like, man, don't quit. You got this, man. Don't quit. You're on the brink of doing something. Don't quit. And he texted me a long paragraph, just encouraging me to like keep going, and told me to use that feeling of whatever it is you're feeling, use that and put it in a song. And I immediately was like, I'm sad right now and I might be thinking about quitting, but let me just go in the studio and let's just see what happens. I cooked up a beat and I was like, this feels like that. If this beat feels like what I'm feeling. Right. And I just started writing. And I came up with what I think is my most intimate or well put together song, because it's like really talking about.
You sure, bro? Because you got some bars on some shit.
No. and I appreciate that, but like I feel like this song, I went to a spot a place in me that I hadn't been to in a minute. I feel being that vulnerable or being that open, of like dealing with like depression and like being sad and like not. It's tough, bro. Like you just started and you're doing great, and
I appreciate that,
and keep going, bro. But I always tell people whenever they ask me, just that them bumps are gonna come and it's gonna get tough, bro.
Yes,
it's gonna get tough, but you have to keep pushing through those bumps. You have to keep going, even if you just like, man, I'm so fed up right now, I need to take a break. Take a break. But like my wife told me, don't quit. Just take a break. Recharge yourself. Go out the house. Because my thing be, I do everything myself. So it's a lot of load on me. And I'm in here all day. And as you see, I got it darked out. Like the window. So I'm in here by myself all day creating. So now it's like, it's draining. So now, and I'm expecting, and if I don't create something in the next day or this day, I'm like, man, you're not working hard enough. Or you're not producing enough. You're not. And then your mind just starts to swirl. But you have to like, that's why you have to get out. You have to like, I saw an interview the other day that the dude said, or the woman, I forgot who it was, said, in order for you to create new stuff, you have to go make experiences. my thing was just like work, staying here, produce, work. If you're not in here and you're not working, then you're being a bum. That's how I felt in my mind. But you have to give yourself, you got to structure yourself. You got to structure where you take designated breaks. All right, today I'm gonna edit. All right, today I'm gonna produce. All right, I'm gonna go out with my wife. All right, I'm gonna go out by myself to recharge and see if I get inspired. But you have to, because if you're just doing one thing, you can burn yourself out. And I feel like that's probably what it was for me last month when I felt like, well, it was that, and also the fact of like I feel like I've been putting in the work with little return. Crazy thing about it, look how God is. Crazy thing about it, a month later, which is this month, I got one of the biggest checks I ever got for my music. And I was literally contemplating quitting last month. And God was like, here you go. Look, just keep going, bro. But it gets hard, dog. I ain't about to sit here and paint it pretty, especially when you're doing it all yourself. It gets hard. But you have to keep pushing, because whenever you feel, I feel like whenever my time finally comes where I'm seen, I'm gonna cry. I used to be like, man, they'd be in these videos like, it was so hard, and they'd be like, why are you crying? But it's like, you crying because what it took to get to that point. People just think everything is overnight. Whenever I make it, I promise you, everybody that hasn't followed me from the jump will say I'm an overnight success. Oh, that man just went viral, so boy, you don't know. It's been rough. It's been years. I had to learn how to produce. I had to learn how to mix my own vocals. I had to learn how to create. I had to learn how to write. I had to learn, because although I sang in choir and I did music for a long time, well, not a long time, but I did music, I had to learn how to make music people want to hear. I had to learn how to structure a song. I have to learn, and I'm still learning that, because I still listen to some of my songs. I'd be like, you could have kept that, boy. That's trash. But that's part of the growth. Right. It's part of the growth, bro. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know whenever my time comes, well, I'm gonna drop all types of tears. I'm gonna drop all types of tears. I just know it.
We'll get you a BET award, a Hip Hop Source award, an Oscar, Emmy, whatever the fuck they got on it. We want it.
My boy ain't even got. I want that, but it ain't even got to be that high, bro. I'm talking about just to be seen, bro. Just to be seen, bro. Just to be seen. Just to be seen. It's gonna be like enough. Like I have a bar in one of the songs that I wrote last week that said, what it said, something about. It's not even the bar. It's just like a line.
It hit you though. I'm saying it must mean something. You know what I mean? For you to say, look, I gotta pull that bad boy out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just got suspended. What it said, keep it pushing till the vein pops, or I get a hot song on the pop charts. But really, that's the icing on the cake top, because making a living producing art is the perfect amount of validation. Like if I can just make a living just doing what I love, bro, I don't even need the top charts. I don't even need. Do I want it? Am I working towards it? Of course. But like, if I can just make a living doing what I love, I'm good. That's enough, bro. That's enough, because DHE, I'm living in my purpose. I'm the happiest ever. Not to say that I'm always happy, but I'm happy when I'm doing my purpose, bro. So if I can just make a living, I'm not talking about stay afloat. I'm talking about make a living. And me and my wife, we good? Bro, I don't even need, I just need to be seen. And I know it's gonna happen. It's just taking its time. Who knows, bro? Who knows? God knows why it's taking its time, but I know it's gonna happen. Like you told me this morning, or like you told me yesterday. You told me about yourself. You working too. You know it's gonna happen for you because you're working too hard. You putting in the work. I know I'm putting in the work, so I know it's gonna pay off.
All right, you just gotta keep going.
You just gotta keep going.
It don't matter. There were people that were grinding for, like Ice Vezo was grinding for a long time. And look, he just
got Ray Face too.
You know what I'm saying?
Baby Face Ray.
You know, yeah, guys grinding for. Now they getting they due, but the thing is, they were, like you said, they were still making a living doing what they love. You know what I'm saying? Now they're making a killing.
Yeah, oh,
you know what I mean? So
go ahead, boy. All right, boy. I might have to feature you on
man. I got some there, but I do a little gangster music. Oh, you put me on that. I'm on a yeah. But yeah, no, but like, all right, bro. Like, I want to kind of take it back because I know we spoke on like your wife and how, you know what I mean, she, you kept telling you to go. Like, how, like, speak on that. Like when did you meet her and like what made you say this is the one?
Oh, whoa. I met my wife at church. I grew up in the church. So I always been in the church. We was having a convention at my church. She came from Boston because she's from Boston. Crazy thing about it. We lived in the same neighborhood while we was in Boston. Never met each other.
Wow.
Knew the same people. Never met each other. She came down here, went to church. I saw her. I was like, damn, that girl fine. I ain't gonna lie. I always tell this story. First thing I saw was that booty. I said, Lord.
You a nigga for real.
What? One day man said, what? Oh, boy. I said, yep. Scared, though. I was scared. I was scared to talk to her. One of my partners, one of my friends, older woman, was like, man, stop being scared. Go talk to that girl. I was like, nah, it's not even going to work. For long distance, I ain't doing all of that. She went, grabbed the number. She gave her number, gave it to me. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll text her. Now, I mean, I got a number. I'm gonna text her. Texted her. We started talking. Started getting close I started going to Boston to like, get to know her a little better, and we would talk and whatnot. And what made me feel like she was the one was whenever we first started talking, her commitment to God. That was straight up. We was on the same mindset as far as like that. It was like, hey man, God come first. We ain't gonna have sex till marriage. We gonna try to build this right. You know what I'm saying? To make it last. And she wasn't never like, oh man, I want to do whatever. If anything, I probably towards the end I was more like, man, I need some. You know what I'm saying? But it was always that like her like faith in God. That's the first thing I was like, yeah, I think you're the one. And then as I got to know her and whatnot, we got closer and we grew closer. I started to see her as a person because, like I said, long distance, you just talking on the phone. But once I would go to Boston and then we would interact and hang out and whatnot, and we built that relationship, I was like, yeah, you're the one. And don't get me wrong, we've had our rough patches. We've had our relationships. We've had those where that adjustment period where you have to learn to, because we went from being long distance to getting married to moving into it with each other. So now you have to adapt to me and I have to adapt to you. All of your little things that get on my nerves, I got to learn to adapt. You got to learn to adapt to all the things that I do that get on your nerves. But
like walking in the house and she take your shoes off.
Oh, that take my shoes off. And it might sound crazy to people, but like the taking my shoes off, like first thing I walk in the house, man, go wash your hands. I'm like, what? I'm like, she said, go wash your hands. Hey man, don't sit on the sofa with them outside clothes. Don't do that. I'm like, but now I'm so used.
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
She's like, man, look, go clean yourself up before you do anything.
Don't bring no germs and no right. So
now, motherfucker, clean.
So now I'm like, now it's second nature to me. Now it's just like, as soon as I walk in the house, straight to the wash my hands. Blah blah blah. Take my shoes off. That's why I got house slippers. Right. And you know what I'm saying? Just but yeah, I mean she and now 5 years in, I hope I'm getting that right because she gonna fuss at me if I'm not. 5 years in. Right. 5 years in, she's been like a real great friend and a solid like anchor. You know what I'm saying? She holds me down, and I have no doubt in my mind that she loves me the way she says she loves me because she proves it with her acts, how she takes care of me. I mean, just who she is and how she never puts herself in situations where I got to question if she, you know what I'm saying, stepping outside.
She's black or she's Honduran?
She's actually Honduran as well, but she's black, but she's really light skinned. But yeah, she's black and Honduran.
Damn, brother. Yeah. That's good though, brother.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
bro.
You know what I mean? It's good to see, you're happy that you didn't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because a lot of people are looking for that person to, like I said, just tie the knot and jump the broom and all the other great stuff. And it's like, but they just see the dream, they don't see the work.
Yeah, and that's the part everybody wants to skip. To connect that to the music or anything you do, like everybody just want to see the dream. They just see the end goal. They don't see the work you put in to get to that end goal. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So yeah, like I said, we had a rough patch probably for 2 years. Like it was tough. It was tough. But we kept pushing, kept adjusting, kept grinding as far as like trying to make this work. And we actually ended up going to therapy. And that made it a lot better because it opened up conversations that regularly we wouldn't have because we're so busy arguing, we're not really listening to each other. Everybody's trying to get their point across. No one is really listening to like why I'm reacting this way or why I don't like it when you say this or why I don't like it when you say this like this. Because a lot of times it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know what I'm saying? So. And that was me, that mostly me, because I don't know. I guess
we're men, we can be stubborn.
Yeah, that, and we can be stuck in our ways and kind of cold. Because it'd be like, bro, you could not talk to me. I don't really care. I'll be good. You silent treatment me. What you think you think that affects me? No, I'm about to go over here. But then you mad because I left because you want to give me the cold shoulder, but you want me to stay there. But that's not. But then in therapy, I learned that she's doing that because she's asking for attention or not begging, but like just asking for you to like dig deeper into her or like try to learn me better, like understand why I'm reacting like this. Don't just say you're sorry and not know why. Say you're sorry and know why, and now let's adjust. Let's be like, don't do that again.
What's some marriage advice? What's some marriage advice you can give some young cats out there or some young people coming into it?
Hey, bro, it's okay to lose the argument because I feel like coming in to the marriage, you're used to your own opinion being the solid opinion because you're just arguing with yourself. If you got, man, I'm gonna do it. But like when you're married, you have to be open to that other person's opinion. And sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes you're not wrong, but it's okay for you to just back down. You ain't got to be right all the time. Because even if you're right, sometimes, even if you're right, you're going to end up losing. Because now you're right, but both y'all still go to bed mad. But you're right.
You're right.
You're right. What does that do? Not
because I'm right.
Yeah, now everybody mad. So it's like, bro, you got it, baby. You got it. So one of my advice is just, man, you ain't got to win them all.
Right.
Tap out, brother. Tap out. It's okay.
That's what's up, bro.
It's okay.
Let me ask you this, because we spoke about your aunt and you moving in with your aunt and your uncle and stuff right there when you first came over, right?
Well, no, she raised me.
She raised you.
My aunt raised me.
So I was about to ask you, like, what's up with your mom and your dad? Like, if you don't mind talking about it.
My dad wasn't never in my life. I knew of him. I might bump into him in the streets here and there. But like
in America or
Honduras? No, he don't live in Honduras.
So you bump into your dad in Honduras?
Yeah.
Continue.
So I might bump into him in the streets or whatever. And
how's that interaction? I'm sorry, I gotta ask.
I was a kid, so I didn't really think nothing of it, and I was so used to not being with him, it didn't really bother me. It would just be like he would be like hello, and I'd be like, hey, what's up? Like hello, I guess, and it would be like.
You knew that was your daddy?
Yeah. No, they never hid that from me. I knew that was my dad.
And he knew you was his son.
He knew me and my brother. He knew both of us.
And he said,
he would just be like, "Hey, how you doing? You all right?" He would make these bracelets. He would make these bead bracelets, and he would every time he would see me, he would give me one, or he would give my brother one and stuff. But that was as far as the interaction with my dad goes. My mom lived in a different city, and she was a nurse, and she is a RN, and her hours were crazy, so she wasn't able to like take care of us. So thank God for my aunt that took charge of that. It was kind of forced on her, but she took charge of that, and she raised us, and I'm forever indebted to that. I love her, my mama, everybody. I love
So
them
you
both.
still talk to your mom, and
Yeah,
how's that relationship?
It's cool. We cool. You know what I'm saying? We talk.
It's better than Pops handing you a bracelet.
Yeah, you know it's crazy because it don't even. Oh yeah. My mama would come and visit us. It's not like my mom would send money for us, like, because she was working, but she would always send money. She would come and visit us during the summertime, and she would come and visit whenever she could. It wasn't. We would talk on the phone. I called her mom. I don't call my dad. I call him by his first name. Like my mom, I would go summertime to stay with her and whatever. Like, yeah, we have a good relationship.
Both dark-skinned Honduran people?
My dad is dark skinned like me. My mom is a little lighter like my brother, but obviously, but he's a little lighter, not like yellow, but like a tannish.
Like if they came for some I want to say people to prisoners of war, they'll take the light skin, so they'll take him before they take you. Cause he light skinned.
My brother?
Yeah. That's how light he is.
No, he's not that light.
All right.
He's just lighter than me. I'm just dark. He's just lighter than me. He might be like this, but he ain't like my wife. They're gonna definitely take my wife if they come. She light skin. Yeah, she light.
Was that something you were looking for in a wife? You just seen that?
It just happened. So that was the first thing I saw.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't know you, but
just look.
It be like that sometimes,
bro. I was like, oh Lord, but no, it wasn't something I was looking for because my previous relationship before that, she wasn't light. She was lighter than me, but I mean most people are because I'm just dark. But I mean that wasn't something I was looking for.
But like, man, that's like I said, color, it doesn't matter. Love is love. You know what I'm saying? Love who you love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But to hear that your pops would literally see you, he's still there, they're still alive, he's in good health.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he would just pass you and would he call you your first name or he call you son?
Brian.
Wow.
Brian. I think I could be wrong. He might have called me son here and there, but
no Brian, nickname. That's
how you can't come up with no nickname. I don't know you like that.
So your earliest memories were just you, your your aunt. I'm talking about in Honduras, you, your aunt, your mom, and the mom still work crazy hours. How was that?
Mom working crazy hours, so I'm not really seeing her that much.
I'm talking about now.
Oh no. She lives in Boston, and she don't work crazy hours.
Mom moved to Boston, got a nursing job in Boston.
It's not nursing because she didn't do the necessary paperwork to switch.
Oh, okay.
To, her credentials into American whatever credentials you need in America, but she works at a hospital. But regular 8 hours.
That's way better. You know what I mean? She used to probably work 16s to 20s.
Crazy hours, bro. Crazy hours. Turn around. And then she had two jobs, both nursing. One was head nurse in one hospital. The other one, she was a regular nurse. Wow. So she would work 12 hours at one, get off, maybe sleep for 1 hour, go to the next one, do another 16 or whatever.
For years.
For years, fam.
Let's give a hand clap to mom.
For real, bro. She put it in. She gonna get some money when I make it. She know it. She
deserves that, bro.
She deserves it.
And then to say I say, man, cause I'm sorry to hear that, cause you know what I'm saying, I grew up in a single parent household too, but but they say it takes a village to raise a child, and I said, my village was there for me also. You know what I mean. So, but wow.
No, I thank God I had a village as well. I had my grandma once. I had my nanny. I had all of my uncles, on my mom's side, all of her brothers and whatnot. I had a village. I was good. I might not know. Maybe once I go into therapy, I might find out, because I don't feel like it damaged me. I don't feel like I'm damaged from it, but I might be. I just don't know. But I don't feel like that really affected me, because I know dudes that be like, man, my dad left or wasn't there for me, so now whenever I have my kids, I ain't gonna be nothing like my dad. That kind of energy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and yes, I want to be a better dad than my dad, but it's not with that kind of energy. It's just I just want to be a great dad because I want to be a great dad. Not thinking about.
You ever incorporate any of that in your music?
I have, in my first song, because I remember one time my dad had DM'd us. Well, Messenger through Facebook, and he was like, "Hey, can you send me some money for Father's Day?" Man, I don't remember the bar, but I remember writing something talking about like, bruh, my dad got the nerve to ask us for money. I'm like, bro, you wasn't even there. And no, you wasn't even there and you were there. You know what I'm saying? Like you probably 15 minutes. No, he wasn't that far from us, dog.
Right.
Even let's just say even if you didn't have nothing to give, you had time to give. You could have came. Come on, you're not that far away.
Come on, man.
But hey, man, it what it is.
You're on the street selling bracelets and shit.
Right. Come on, right. Still to this day,
I respect the hustle, but damn,
come on now.
You could at least get some fake Cubans.
Something, dog. Come on, get it together, dog. Get it together.
No disrespect, man. The Bible says, "Honor thy mother, thy father." With no disrespect.
Facts. I was just about to say because Pop. I mean, I guess he did his best in whatever. Like I ain't got no animosity. Like if I have it, I'll give it to him. But like, I ain't about to low key go out my way to like, cause I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
And then I don't like whenever he texted us, it was kind of like in an entitled tone. Since I'm your dad, you need to give me.
Oh.
It was that tone. I was like, all right, you definitely ain't getting none now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's
the entitlement is crazy.
But like, man, like to hear that, like, you don't have a song that's like not just a verse or a bar. I'm talking about a whole song. You know how Eminem made a whole song about
his mama.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He got a song about his daughter being asked from like, so like, you never know. I hate my dad. No, Dad, where are you? You ain't got no crazy shit like that.
No, I ain't got no crazy
shit. So you can dance to. Yeah, I know you hate your father, but the daughter.
That boy crazy. Man, crazy.
No, I'm just asking, bro. I had to lighten that up, bro, because that's intense. Like, you know what I mean? Because like I said, I can empathize with you. My father wasn't really there either. My mom worked 2 jobs also. So if it wasn't for, like you said, everyone around us to make sure, we were straight when they got off of work, you know what I mean? And like us to be at school during that times, like, hey, bro, like I said, I completely understand, man.
Yeah, bro.
But let's go ahead and look. We'll go end it out with this. Okay. Let's close it out with this. You know what I mean? All right. Either or. All right. You got to choose one.
Okay.
Now, which one you taking out first?
Okay.
You got a knife in your back or a dick in your ass? Which one you taking out first?
Come on, fam.
Come on, answer the question.
The penis, nigga. I ain't no penis, nigga. Come on, that's going up.
Take that dick
out. Look, that's the wrong answer, to be honest with you. Because I should have said ain't never. But if anything, I take that knife out and cut that off right there. Slice, bang.
You take the dick out, knock the knife out?
No, I take the knife off
and then cut the dick off.
Yeah, man, come on, dog. That ain't, boy. Come on now.
I got into this over.
Crazy, boy.
Hey, go ahead and for the people. Give me a Rudy, man.
A Rudy, what's that?
Like give me like a you know what? Give me like a little outro. Give me like what they call it? A drop. Give me this is the DHE, and I'm here with your boy T Hills at the Rudy Podcast.
Okay, man. This is DHE. I'm here with your boy Ty from the Rudy Podcast.
Yeah.
That's it. Let's go.